Thank you so much for all the support you gave me, guys.
Okay.
Today, I got promoted.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome to Living Gets Real. I'm Ashwini Vedakan. Joining us this week, we have fashion designer Charlene Thuring. But before we get into the show, here's a little sneak peek into her life. It's real, Charlene. It's good to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited actually for today.
We are too. Let's start with the most basic question. How did you get into fashion? What made you pursue it?
Right. I think I have repeated myself several times on this subject, but to cut a long story short, I worked at the industry for 6.5 years. I was doing swimwear, and I, kind of decided, I was very young, but I decided to leave because I wanted to actually explore the local market. And then that's when I kind of dived right into it, not knowing anything at all. I started off with custom designs, and then kind of, started a small range, but it failed. I wasn't really happy with what I was doing. So it was a lot of, trial and error for several years. And then I finally had the opportunity to do swimwear, and then kind of took it out from there, and here I am.
Here you are. Now you've actually worked with a few international brands as well. What would you say is your most favorite time working there? What was where you had the freedom of expression when it came to a creative expression?
Actually, I had an amazing opportunity from Linea Aqua, where they sent me to New York to work with Victoria's Secret. So I had a secondment placed in New York for 3 months, for 2 years at a time.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to actually work with the designers, see how they create, see where they got their inspiration from. I traveled with them to the places that they were getting their inspiration from, and they go all over the world, like in their jets. Of course, I did travel in their jets, unfortunately, but like within New York, they were kind of traveling and getting their inspiration, and I kind of, saw all of that. So it was interesting for me because I was still young, I was still understanding how to kind of inspire myself to do my own designs as well. So that was, I think my highlight while working with Victoria's Secret.
Coming back to Fashion Week, that's where you got your start, yes?
Yeah.
Now, this year's Colombo Fashion Week caused quite a stir. At least that's what we've been told. And I just wanted to know, from a designer's perspective, right, from one designer to another, how could this have been managed better? What do you think could have been done?
Yeah. I have to say, though, I think it's going to put me in a lot of trouble by saying this. I'm going to be as polite as possible. I know CFW get involved with helping the younger designers, right? But having said that, as a young designer, I think it's really important to take any advice that's given to you with a pinch of salt, right? You can't do exactly what somebody's asking you to do. Now, I have no idea whether CFW was the one to kind of say, this is how you need to do things or whatever, and that's what the designer went and did. I don't know that. So, but the thing is, the designer needs to understand to find their own signature style. It's important. And unfortunately, in situations like this, because of the mismanagement of someone like CFW, the whole reputation of a young designer kind of just goes off from here, right? And it's sad because it's a start-up also for the designer. We don't have any other platforms for designers, right, to make who they are, like to kind of show themselves. So it's important that I think for a designer, you need to find your place. And unfortunately, though, I think for Sri Lanka, especially Colombo being so small, there's a lot of competition. And you're always trying to find your place and trying to find like a better way of doing something, or kind of like showing that you can do better than somebody else. But that's the other thing, you can't compete with everybody else. You have to compete with just yourself. Find your place, compete with yourself, look back of last year, what you've done, and see what, see how better you can kind of do your next collection without trying to see what somebody else has done and try to better that. You can't. It's all individual at the end of the day. And you have to be very, very, very careful when you get your inspiration, I think. There's a fine line between having inspiration and, obviously doing exactly what somebody else has done.
Coming back to Colombo being small, there's a lot of new talent also coming out now into the arena. What do you think of the new talent scope in Sri Lanka?
I think, I mentioned this a little while, before in your earlier question, they lack originality, I think. But with that, I think there's also a lot of designers coming out, right, in Colombo. We have Moratil University, we have AOD, we have all sorts of universities coming with like at least 30 to 40 students a year. Right? That's a lot, like one school. And there's only so much Sri Lanka has to offer. So everybody's doing batik, everybody's doing handloom, and they're not very different from one to the other, right? But even that, you have to kind of find a niche, because there's so many different pockets of clientele in Sri Lanka that you can feed into. It might not be large, right? But you can find that niche. You've got to find that niche, something that works for you as well as something that works for the market. And if you feel as if you're kind of, repeating yourself as the next person next to you, try and move away from that. Do something different, change the colors. There's so much exploration that you can do, but don't refine yourself to what only Sri Lanka has to offer. See what the world is offering. See, kind of, that in a world where, and also now the new generation is so in touch with technology, that you can see what the world is doing, right? You can explore. There's so much of opportunity, I think, for the young ones right now who's coming out as new designers to explore what the globe has to offer. We can even collaborate with other designers right now overseas, right? That restriction is no more there thanks to COVID, actually, right? That has just broken now. Find that place, move out, kind of go. You don't have to travel to do that. You can just tap into somebody else. And I think that's really important, finding your originality, and that's what's really, really lacking here.
Finding your originality. Now, you are talking about the talent that's already out there. What about the kids that are still doodling at the back of their books? What would your advice be to the kids that they haven't taken a risk yet, but they're deciding? What would your advice be to them?
Gosh, keep doodling. I don't think I'm 36, I don't think me at 36 knows what I want to do right now. I'm still exploring. Just keep doodling.
Just keep doodling. I like that. It's kind of like Dory from
yeah, actually.
Lovely. Now, talking about local talent, who would you consider your top 5 local designers?
Yeah, so I don't shop a lot, but there's quite a few that I like, that I follow as well on social media, and in no particular order. Only because I have a lot of friends out there in the industry. I would first, like I said, no particular order, but Nani, for her minimalism. I like her no-shape styles, her no-shape silhouettes. Everybody has insecurities. I do too. And I hate to kind of walk out of the house pinching things out. And so she has got, nice no-shape silhouettes that I like. Then there's a t-shirt brand called I Got You.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. Check it out. They have just bold graphics on simple t-shirts, nothing fancy. Reminds me of the 90s, so I like them a lot. I have their items as well. Does she, weirdly, because of her saris. I own some of her saris. I like her saris. I don't particularly like batik.
Is that why you said
I think you wouldn't. Yes. As you can see, I don't like, wear too much print or anything like that. If I do wear a print, I need it to be bold and, kind of funky, kind of different. And batik's not my style for that, but her saris, just her saris. Sorry, Dashi. hold on. I had, oh yes, Clubhouse Vivaldi. I don't own Clubhouse Vivaldi, but I love that product for what it is. And I can see myself going to them whenever the requirement arises. And then, wait, hold on. I had, oh shoot. Oh, yes, Absolute Basics.
Absolute Basics.
Again, I don't have the items because I do have a lot, as you can see, I do have a lot of, basics in my wardrobe that I keep wearing and it doesn't like go out of style, so I don't need to really buy anything from them. But if I do, definitely, because since travel is so restricted now, I generally own a lot of Uniqlo. That's before they came, obviously. And they are like the Uniqlo of Sri Lanka, I feel. Yeah, so definitely them as well. That's my 5.
Nice. Well, we've reached the end of our burning segment, but we have a little game planned for you. Right? We do this with all our interviewees.
Surprise, surprise.
Yes, we don't like to share it because I want you to be as natural as possible when we do it. Are you ready?
Yes, I guess. I have no way out of this now, no?
But before we get into the game, here's a little word from our sponsors.
You love the feeling of being renewed. To protect the things most precious to you. To stay beautiful every single day. To breathe just like we do, because you are truly delicate. Protecting the ones who've been with us through the years. With Sayalac Care, the only wood coating that truly protects you. Sayalac Wood Coatings from Jat.
Welcome back to the show as we continue our conversation with Charlene Thuring. Charlene, are you ready for our game?
Am I? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it's actually very easy.
Okay.
We just want to test your knowledge in fashion. So we have a little pop quiz.
Okay.
And you just have to give us your answers.
Okay.
Right? And I'll let you
Wow.
know if they're right.
This is going to be really putting me on the spot.
Let's start with the first one. Who was the first male musician to appear on the cover of Vogue?
Oh, goodness. No guesses either? You're not giving me like
Okay,
ABCs?
I'll give you 3 tries for each question. You get 3 tries. Okay?
pop sing.
The first male musician to appear on the cover of Vogue.
Wow. I wouldn't know.
I'll
Okay,
give you
give me the 3.
one hint. Okay. He was part of One Direction.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I think that just made it worse.
He's the only one that made it into Hollywood. Like he broke into acting as well.
I am
Put it
the
that way.
worst with names and pop singers.
Would you like a pass? Shall I
Oh,
tell you?
pass, of
Okay.
course,
It's
pass.
Harry Styles.
Oh, of course. Of course, it had to be him.
Okay. Who were blue jeans originally made for?
Oh, cowboys. No? What? Really? Jeans were made out of sails that the cowboys wore because they had to
Blue
go.
denim. Blue denim jeans. Who were they originally made for?
Oh, wow. Wow. Stuck in a rut. Have no clue. Who?
Okay, one of the passes. Shall I give you
Okay,
one?
give me one pass.
You'd find them underground, and they dig.
Miners?
Yes.
Really? So not cowboys?
Yeah,
you
even
sure?
when I read the answer, I was like, oh, interesting, and then I quickly wrote it down.
So when did cowboys come into play? Oh, anyway, that's a conversation for later, I guess.
Okay, H&M was founded in which European country? She's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I'll give you
It's
one
not
hint.
like it's not like I mean, I did history in art, like history of art, but not history in fashion. I feel as if I should have done history and fashion and come for this show. Oh wow! God,
I have a very easy clue for you.
guess
Should I tell you?
UK?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the same country that founded IKEA.
founded IKEA? Oh, Switzerland. No? No, Sweden.
Yes.
Ah, Sweden, Switzerland. Oh, God.
Okay, we'll give that to you. Okay, what is the difference between a cape and a poncho?
A cape and a poncho. A cape is long and flowy.
And a poncho? I mean, technically, you just described both.
That's true.
A poncho covers everything. A cape covers only
On
one
the back.
side.
Oh, jeez. These are seriously trick questions.
Okay, name two. Name two of the big five supermodels from the 1990s.
Oh, Giselle Bundchen.
1990s.
She
That was
was-
the top,
she
no,
was
the big
90s.
five. She came in later.
Cindy Crawford.
Yes.
Oh my God, who was with Cindy Crawford? Oh my God, her name.
This is a very popular one. She comes
Yeah,
up with the
come on.
fashion. You find her everywhere.
Yes.
She just had a baby.
Stop it. No, I'm not. No, oh no, no. I'm thinking of somebody else. Ah, shoot me right now. Oh, stop it. Give me some names.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Naomi Campbell.
Oh yes.
There's
Naomi,
Claudia
that's
Schiffer.
what Schiffer.
There's Christy
Naomi
Turlington, and there's.
I was thinking of
Linda
Naomi Campbell.
Evangelist.
I was like, oh. She's like one of my favorites also. Can you see that? Like, name.
Okay. Which French designer
Oh.
replaced Christian Dior in the House of Dior when he was only 21?
That I have no clue.
No?
No.
You know him.
Do I now?
Yeah, you do. Everybody does.
Hey, you've done your research.
No, again, I just quickly wrote it down. I was like, oh.
Ah, French designer. I don't know whether he's French. Carl? I don't know. I don't know.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh, there we are. You're terrible. You're making me look so bad.
You didn't study. It's okay.
Yeah, see?
Okay, okay. Who designed a boot named after an animal known for its distinctive armored shell? So these are
Who's distinctive? Almond shell.
armored.
Armored shell.
So there's one pair of boots. To this day, it's distinct because of this particular designer. Everybody knows these pair of heeled boots by that.
Boots. Armored.
She just might hit me after this is over.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll hunt you down. Oh my god. No, I have no clue.
Okay, so the pair of shoes are the armadillo boots. Who is it?
No, I don't know.
And the person is Alexander McQueen.
Oh, you're kidding.
Okay, this one you should know.
That's what you said for every question. And I don't think I knew anyone.
Which fashion
You
designer?
do realize you're making me look really, really bad
No,
right
like
now,
I
right?
said, it's a pub quiz. Charlene just didn't study. Okay, which fashion designer
Yes.
do you associate red-soled shoes with?
Oh, not Louboutins. Louboutin. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
Phew. Jeez.
this is very easy. What slogan does Nike have?
Swish. Swoosh.
Slogan for Nike.
Ah, just do it.
Yes. Okay.
You're like, dude, slogan.
The word pajama originated from which country?
Pyjama. I can't even guess. I can't even wild guess. I don't know, Australia?
No. It'll shock you actually.
Really? India?
Yes.
No way! What?
Yeah.
Jam. Oh, jam. Ah, like Punjabi?
That way. But it's actually because of them, yeah, it's their loose pant.
Oh.
So know, but
See, I learned something new today.
we all learned something new. See, this was good.
This was very good. Thank you for that, educational little quiz that you did for me.
We reached the end of Living Gets Real segment. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. That was actually quite fun. Thanks a lot.
And that's all the time we have for you this week. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch the latest episodes of Living Gets Real. Thank you for watching and stay safe.